1. Introduction. My name is Delia. I am 26. I live in a very big house. It feels empty now. I am a young widow. Every morning I feel the silence. It feels very sad. I married Sean when I was 22. He was older than me. He was kind and made me feel safe. I did not want money. I wanted peace. I came from a small town. Life there was hard. When Sean offered me love, I said yes. Sean died quickly. One day he smiled at me. 2 days later, he was gone. I remember his cold hand in mine. His last words were, "Be strong, Delia." I promised him I would try. After the funeral, people came. They brought flowers and food, but when they left, I felt alone again. I walked through the halls. I saw photos of Sean. Everything felt like it belonged to a ghost. Soon, it was time to read his will. I sat in his office with his lawyer, Evelyn. She was a tall woman with serious eyes. She did not trust me. Many people married Sean for money before, but I did not. Evelyn read the will. Sean left everything to me: the house, the cars, the businesses, and the money. I felt confused. I did not want these things. I only wanted him. Then the doors opened. A man walked in. He looked about 30. He was tall and seemed sure. His eyes were dark. His smile looked dangerous. He said, "My name is Connor. I am Sean's son." My heart stopped. I never heard Sean talk about a son. He placed a birth certificate and a letter on the table. Sean's handwriting was on the letter. Evelyn looked at the papers and became quiet. I looked at Connor. I felt something strange inside me, fear or anger, a feeling I did not want. The quiet room suddenly felt dangerous. 2. A new person in the house. Connor wanted his part of Sean's money. He said Sean promised him things many years ago. Evelyn, Sean's lawyer, checked the will again. It said that if Sean had an unknown child, that child could ask for some of the estate. Connor looked like he had already won. The court needed time to check Connor's story and his papers. While they worked, Connor had to stay in the big house. I did not want him there, but the law said he could. Even one day felt like a very long time. From the first night, the house felt different. I felt like someone watched me all the time. When I walked down the halls, I heard footsteps behind me. When I ate, Connor sat at the other end of the table. He watched me with his cold smile, and it made me feel uncomfortable. He always acted polite and kind. He said nice words every day. He asked if I needed help. One night, he even offered to cook dinner. He tried to tell jokes. Sometimes he stood very close to me when he spoke. He would speak in a soft voice, which made me want to step back. I felt something was wrong about him. This strange feeling grew stronger every day. Connor started talking to Sean's old friends. He met Sean's business partners and visited the people who worked for the company. Soon, I started to hear many bad things about myself. People whispered that I only married Sean for his money. They said I was fighting against Sean's real family, meaning Connor. They spread stories that I wanted all the money and the house for myself. People in town looked at me with strange eyes. They thought I did something terrible. I knew who was making these stories. It was Connor trying to turn everyone against me. One evening, I heard Connor talking on the phone. He did not know I was standing outside the door listening. His voice was low, but I could hear it was full of anger. "She is weak," he said into the phone. "She will break soon. She is alone. No one in this town believes her anymore." My hands began to shake a lot. I walked back to my room quietly, making no sound. I locked the door behind me. I sat down on the floor, feeling sad. Tears wanted to come, but I stopped them. I remembered Sean's last words to me in the hospital. "Be strong, Delia." So I decided I would fight. I would not let Connor win. I would be strong for Sean. 3. Finding help. The next morning, I went to Evelyn's office. I needed help. I wanted to understand Connor better. Evelyn looked at me. There was worry in her eyes, which was new for her. I told her everything I knew. I spoke about Connor's strange words. I spoke about his secret actions. I told her how he slowly made other people think bad things about me. I also told her about the phone call I heard him make. He said I was weak. He said I would break very soon. He said no one would believe me. Evelyn listened very carefully to every single word I said. She did not interrupt me once. After a few quiet minutes, she spoke. "Delia," she said with a serious voice, "I think you are completely right. Something is definitely not normal here." Evelyn then started to work quickly. She asked her team to find out everything about Connor's past. She wanted to know his full history. She wanted to know about all his past jobs. She wanted to know about his money problems, big and small. She wanted to know about his friends. She wanted to know about any troubles he had with the law or other people. The information they found was truly surprising. Connor had many debts. His debts were very big, even huge. He owed money to many different people, and some of them were dangerous. He often changed his jobs, never staying in one place for long. He had many fights with people he worked for. He lied many times to get what he wanted. It was clear he really needed money. He needed it very, very badly. Evelyn looked at me again with a serious face. "He is not here for justice, Delia," she said firmly. "He is here to save himself from his debts. You are in danger, Delia." My chest felt very tight, almost painful, but I nodded my head. I already knew this feeling in my heart. At night, I walked through the big mansion. The walls felt like they were closing in on me, making me feel trapped. I could not sleep well. Every small sound made me jump with fear. The house felt like a prison. Connor felt like a snake moving silently inside it. But I did not want to run away. I wanted to find out his secret. Why did Sean hide him from everyone? What really happened between them in the past? Why did Connor dislike me so very much? I believed the answers were hidden somewhere in Sean's old office. This was a special place where Sean kept all his most important things and secrets. One night when Connor was out of the house, I took a small flashlight and went quietly into the office. I looked everywhere. I checked the big desk. I opened all the drawers. I searched the tall shelves. I looked behind old paintings. I looked inside many dusty boxes. After 2 long hours, I found something different. It was a wooden panel on the wall. It looked a little loose, not fixed perfectly. I pulled it gently. It opened with a soft sound. Inside, there was a hidden compartment. My heart started to beat very fast, like a drum. I reached my hand inside carefully. I found a journal and a stack of letters. They were tied together with a thin ribbon. Sean had written all of them. I opened the first page of the journal with trembling hands. What I read then changed everything for me and my future. A sad story. I opened the old journal. Its pages felt heavy in my hands. Inside, a story began, a secret Sean kept for many years. It was a story I did not know. It started long ago, before I met Sean. He once loved a woman named Myra very much. She was beautiful, brave, and wild. They worked together when Sean was starting his business. Sean wanted to marry her, but Myra left him. She went away suddenly and sent only one letter. It said she was sorry and could not stay. Years later, Myra came back. She had a baby boy. His name was Connor. Myra told Sean that Connor was his son, but Sean was not sure if it was true. Soon after, Myra left again. Sean tried to raise Connor by himself, but Connor was not an easy child. He was always angry. He felt that Sean never loved him. He felt like a secret, not a wanted son. His heart grew bitter over the years. When Connor was 15 years old, he ran away from home. Sean tried hard to find him. He looked for Connor everywhere, but Connor did not want to be found. He found bad friends and chose a difficult life. Many years passed. Sean still tried to help him. He sent Connor money secretly. He asked Connor to come home many times, but Connor always said no. The last pages of the journal were very sad. They broke my heart. Sean wrote about me. He said, "I love Delia. She made my life good again. I want her to have everything I have left." But then he wrote about his fear. "I am afraid Connor will return one day. I am afraid he will try to hurt her. I am afraid he will never forgive me." I closed the journal. My hands were shaking. Tears ran down my face. Sean was trying to keep me safe, even after he was gone. The letters with the journal told the same sad story. Sean wrote them to Connor, but he never sent them. They were full of love and deep regret, begging Connor to come back home. But Connor never came. I sat on the floor of Sean's office for a long time. The weight of this hidden past felt heavy on my mind. My heart was full of the sad story and Sean's pain. When I finally stood up, I knew clearly what I had to do. I had to be strong. I had to protect myself from Connor and his anger. 5, a false friend. The next day, Connor acted very different. He was not angry or quiet anymore. He was soft and kind. He brought me beautiful flowers from the garden. He said he wanted to make peace between us. His voice was gentle, like a true friend's, but his eyes were not gentle at all. They looked hungry, dark, and they searched my face carefully. They did not show true kindness, only a hidden purpose. He came very close to me. He whispered in a low voice, "We can live in this big house together, Delia. We can make a new life here. You do not have to be alone anymore." My skin felt cold when he spoke these words. I knew it was not a real offer of friendship. It was a clear warning. He wanted me to agree to his plans. He wanted me to share everything with him. I took a deep breath and stepped away from him. I looked straight into his dark eyes. My voice was steady as I spoke. I said, "I know everything, Connor. I know what you did in your past. I know your secrets. I know what you truly want from this house and from me." For a moment, his soft smile disappeared completely. His face became hard and cold. Then he laughed a little, a short, sharp sound. "You think you can fight me, Delia. You think anyone will believe your stories. No one will listen to you against me." But this time, I did not feel scared. Something inside me felt very strong. For the first time since Sean died, I felt truly in control of my own life. I looked at him again without any fear. I said clearly, "I am not afraid of you, Connor." My voice was firm and sure. His eyes became very dark, like heavy storm clouds before a big rain. He stepped even closer to me. His body was near mine. For a moment, I truly thought he would hurt me. I felt a quick fear, but I stood still. But he did not touch me. He only whispered, his voice low and dangerous, "You should be afraid." He stood there for a long moment, watching me closely. His face was no longer soft. The kind mask was completely gone. I saw his real, dangerous side. It was clear that he was not a friend. He was a dangerous enemy. I knew my fight was just beginning now. I had to be very strong, just like Sean asked in his hidden journal. I had to protect myself from this false friend. I would not let him win. I had read Sean's journal. I knew his plans were only for money. Connor wanted everything. He wanted to take my home, my peace, my future. I would not let that happen. I had to be ready for what came next. I knew it would be a very hard fight, but I was ready to face it with all my strength. 6. The big fight starts. Evelyn helped me get ready for the legal fight. She told me we needed strong proof. We had to show the court that Connor was lying. We needed to prove he only wanted Sean's money. We needed papers and witnesses. We needed to show his real, dangerous self. Evelyn worked hard, and I helped her. During this time, Connor grew more impatient. He did not like waiting for court. He became more aggressive every day. He started to follow me in the house. He often knocked loudly on my bedroom door at night. He made rude comments about my clothes or my voice. He wanted to break my spirit and make me give up, but I refused. Every time he came too close or said something mean, I remembered Sean's secret journal. I remembered Sean's old letters. This truth gave me strength. It helped me stand firm against Connor's harsh words. I knew I had to be brave for Sean. One afternoon, a loud crash surprised me. It came from downstairs. I ran to the main hall. I saw a beautiful vase on the floor, broken. Connor stood near it. He held his phone. His face looked very angry, his eyes dark. He shouted at me, "You think you can steal my life, Delia? You think you can take what is mine?" I took a deep breath. I looked at him and said, "This house was never yours, Connor." He moved toward me fast. I thought he would hurt me, but just then Evelyn walked into the house. She stepped between Connor and me like a shield. Her voice was sharp. "Connor, stop now," she ordered. "Step back, I am calling the police." Connor froze. He stopped moving. His dark eyes looked dangerous. Then he smiled again, but it was not a human smile. It was cold, slow, and full of hate. "This is not finished, Delia," he said low. Then he turned and walked away. I watched him go. Evelyn looked at me. She saw my fear, but also my strength. The big fight had truly begun. 7, a letter for me. Evelyn and I continued our work. We looked for more proof about Connor. We wanted to show his real plans. We found many old messages between Sean and Connor. In these, Sean always tried to help his son. He sent kind words and advice. He hoped Connor would change. We also found bank records. These showed Sean gave Connor money many times over the years. Sean wanted Connor to have a good life. He tried to support him. This showed Sean was a good father in his own way. Then we spoke to a man who collected debts. This man told us Connor had lied to him. Connor told the debt collector that Sean, his father, was dead. He said this to get more time to pay. But Sean was alive then. This was a clear lie. It showed Connor would say anything for money. Slowly, all the parts of the story came together. The truth became very clear. Connor did not want a family. He only wanted Sean's money. He saw the house and the fortune as his way to solve his problems. He did not care about me or Sean's memory. One evening, I went back to Sean's old office. I opened the secret box again. I looked inside the journal. I found one more letter. It was hidden at the very back. This letter was for me. It had my name on it. Sean had written it a long time ago. I opened the letter with shaking hands. I started to read Sean's words. He wrote, "Delia, if you read this, it means Connor has come back. Do not trust his smile. Do not believe his words. He is my son, and I love him, but he is lost." These words made me feel strong. Sean knew Connor's heart. Sean also wrote, "Protect yourself. Protect your future. You are stronger than you think." I read these sentences many times. Sean was telling me to be brave. He believed in me. This letter was a gift from him. It was his last way to protect me. I cried for a long time. The tears came fast, but these tears were not weak. They were tears of understanding and strength. They were the last tears I would cry for Sean's past. I felt a new fire inside me. I knew what I had to do. I had to finish this fight. I had to be strong. 8. The last day in court. The day for court came quickly. I woke up feeling both nervous and strong. When I arrived, the room was full of people. There were many reporters, other lawyers, and people who had once whispered bad things about me. Connor sat across the room. He looked at me with a small smile, like he already knew he would win. But he did not know about all the proof we had found. Evelyn stood up. She spoke in a clear, strong voice. She showed the judge many important papers. These papers were strong proof. She showed official documents and bank transfers. These showed how Sean had helped Connor with money many times. She showed messages that proved Connor's lies. She also showed how much money Connor owed to others. Evelyn showed the judge that Connor had even planned to sell part of the estate. He wanted to do this before the court made any decision. Everything Evelyn said made Connor's story look like a big lie. Then it was my turn. I stood up. My legs felt a little shaky, and my voice was not very strong at first, but I spoke anyway. I looked at the judge. I said, "I loved Sean very much. He was my husband. He trusted me completely. He was afraid of this day coming. He asked me to be strong. Today I am strong for him." My words were simple, but they were true. Connor's face changed. Slowly, his smile disappeared. He looked very angry. The judge then spoke. Everyone in the room became very quiet. The judge said that Connor's claim was not true. He would get nothing. He had no right to Sean's house or money. The judge said Connor must leave the mansion immediately and forever. Connor stood up. He was shaking with anger. He looked at me with eyes full of hate. He whispered, "This is not the end, Delia." But his voice sounded weak and broken. For the first time, I saw something else in his eyes. It was not power or hate, but a deep sadness. He turned and walked out of the courtroom. I never saw him again after that day. I returned to the mansion that afternoon. I walked through the quiet rooms and then stood in the garden that Sean loved so much. The wind felt cool on my face. I was alone, but I did not feel weak anymore. The house was quiet, but it was no longer cold or scary. I had fought, and I had won. I kept my promise to Sean. For the first time since his death, I felt truly safe and free.